Welcome to Traveler's Tales. I am your host, Greg Alonzo. Today I will be your guide through history as we take a look at the mischievous Tikoloshe. This video was inspired by a friend of the channel, Shak Twala. Moving right along, mythology tells us one thing, while archaeology tells us another. Who or what are the Tikoloshe? From where do they hail? Are they evil or mischievous, or both? In Gumi mythology, the Tikoloshe is a dwarf-like water spirit. It is also known as Tikoloshe, Tikoloshe, or the Healy. Regardless of its name, it is a mischievous and evil spirit whose only intent is to create havoc in the lives of its victims. Tikoloshe are called upon by malevolent people to cause trouble for others. This creature has the power to turn invisible simply by drinking water or swallowing a little piece of stone. At its least harmful, the Tikoloshe can be used to scare children. However, its power does extend to causing illness or even the death of the victim. How then can we protect ourselves from this evil nemesis? Protection against them includes traditional methods such as raising beds off the ground. Another method is to seek out the aid of a spiritual figure such as a pastor. Do keep in mind that this pastor must have an apostolic calling. Traditional healers such as the Sangoma, who possesses the power of the Ubizu, which is an ancestral calling. In turn, having this power, the Sangoma can banish such evil spirits. From where did the Tikoloshe originate? The advent of these phantoms came about through the Bantu folklore. This was an attempt to explain why people inexplicably died at night while sleeping in their rondavels. Traditionally, these people slept on the floor on grass mats encircling a wood fire. This kept them warm on sub-freezing cold winter nights on the Highveld in the morning rarefied air. Unfortunately, they never realized that the fire was depleting oxygen levels. This then left noxious carbon monoxide, which is heavier than pure air and thereby sinks to the bottom. Eventually, it was realized that anyone who happened to be sleeping in an elevated position escaped the deadly curse of the Tikoloshe. In local folklore, the creature was seen as a short man about hip-high who randomly stole one's life in the night. Unless, of course, they were lifted to the height of their bed. Some Zulu people and other southern African tribes are still superstitious when it comes to things like the supposedly fictional Tikoloshe. Many still believe that this hairy creature was created by a powerful witch doctor to harm his enemies. The Tikoloshe would do this by biting off the toes of their would-be enemies while they slept. How then was one to protect themselves from this dastardly creature? According to legend, the only way to keep the Tikoloshe away at night was to put a few bricks beneath each leg of one's bed. Another who is seeking to curse an adversary and willing to approach a witch doctor to take their vengeance have been known to do so. If the witch doctor truly has the power of the Ubizo, he can summon the Tikoloshe to attack the victim. However, the person seeking to curse another must pay a steep price. The client must offer up the soul of a loved one. The option then goes to the Tikoloshe, for it is he who picks the soul of the one he decides to take. Next, the witch doctor locates a dead body that is to be possessed. He then pierces the eye sockets and brain with a hot iron rod so the creature cannot think for itself. The witch doctor would then sprinkle a special powder to shrink the body. The Tikoloshe is then set loose to terrorize its target. Once the demon has completed its assigned task, the dreaded Tikoloshe will take its payment of the soul of the client's loved one. It may take weeks, months, or years, but the Tikoloshe will eventually take what is now his. This brings us to the end of the mischievous Tikoloshe. Let us know what you think of this despicable creature and how you would combat it. Thank you for joining us for this edition of Traveler's Tales. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the little bell icon to be notified each time we post new videos. We greatly appreciate when you become a friend of the channel. Until we meet again at the crossroads of folklore and fact, Kartistos.